It's Week 12 of the 2022 season, and our focus goes to Jalen Johnson, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Bears and the Jets, and it's all up next.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the New York Jets. Brennan Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Jets coming into play. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situations where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. Past midfield, look out. Still going past the 30. And it will be an excellent return here all the way down inside the 25-yard line. What a play.
As the offensive guys trot on the field, you know they're congratulating the special teams guys to get them in great position. And while they're going out there, I'm guessing the quarterback's thinking about taking some good shots at the end zone right now.
Chicago's offense running out, and something they hope to see for years and years to come. Second-year pro Justin Fields leading the way.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
Fields going to throw right away. Got an open man, it's Pringle. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Looking to throw again on second down. Fields. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Bears are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there.
Touchdown! Cole Kmet, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And we get our first look at this New York Jets offense, really retooled the last couple of seasons. And at the helm under center, 2nd overall pick from 2021 out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated. That was the focus of practice this week. but let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
So I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. A give up the middle to Carter. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. The numbers for him from a week ago. 21 carries, a touchdown to go along with 124 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. But give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And he finds Corey Davis. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Here's Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Jets at 6-4 now on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They'll run with Carter. And now Carter going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. Going for it, it's Carter. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jets respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Wilson going to throw for him. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for 2. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Takes it at the 7. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
A deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Here's Fields. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to
what you wanted to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Jets taking over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? And really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 29 yards. First down. A tight one. 8-7 our score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Throwing is Wilson. Looking deep downfield. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, 45 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
They'll look to throw, and he's got it. So the try for 2 is successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Well, the final weekend of November is upon us. Boy, can you believe December right around the corner? It always seems to get here quickly. But coming up tonight, we wrap up the holiday weekend with the Packers and Eagles from Philly at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow night, we wrap up Cyber Monday with the Steelers and Colts from Indianapolis. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Here's Fields. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not
nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. That'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then, because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside, as he did there.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And some room to run now. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Hall. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Carter straight ahead. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Out to his left. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
On 2nd down, a run with Carter. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this 1st half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Bears going to take over now late in this 1st half. Well, not much time remains here in this 1st half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Fields on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Fields. Wide open receiver complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Again, Fields. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
They'll get this underneath to Montgomery. Oh, and he's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. So close yet so far. And that's going to be how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And it's the Dolphins who are out in front in the second quarter. Tyreek Hill, a touchdown reception. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Russell Wilson. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Josh Allen, excellent in the victory as his guys pushed their record up to 8-3 on the year. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Jets, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Berrios now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start this drive with a handoff to Carter. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Another run on second down with Carter. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
11 yards for number 11.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete there to Beckham. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. Fields now to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Well, defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Yeah, they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Fields. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Santos' kick is up and through, and that lead is back down to 9 now. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Another go-around now for the Jets offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step?
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. The Chicago offense set to get started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. To throw is Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. Gets through, and now an opening. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Fields. Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Now a first down throw. Fields. Catch is made by Harry. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Running left, Montgomery. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and knock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. N'Keal Harry, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So
and now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be... So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Fields trying to throw for it. That's caught. And he'll wind up short of the goal line, so they will not be able to get this back within a score as this remains a 10-point differential. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Berrios now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Jets jogging out, and we take a look at running back Michael Carter. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. And he'll find Hall. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 52 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Now I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Out of the gun, they run with Carter. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run with ball. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Bears will get the football back. On first down, it's Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them in.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. That's running out of steam and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead. And that one just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within one score.
All hope not gone yet. But at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within one score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Wilson. He'll drop that down to Carter underneath. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he's got some space here. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 71 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. On On second down, a run with Hall. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's Hall again. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Straight ahead is Hall. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep hitting.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
To throw again on second down. Fields. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Over the middle, that's caught by Harry. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On first down, Fields. Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was all capped off by Cole Komet with a touchdown catch. And now the Jets are going to get this one, and that might be all she wrote. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take the knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time, or you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly.